Here is another problem. Black wins the pawn, and now we have open files. We can check black's king. So if we check with queen here, it looks like black gets the initiative. So what if we check with the rook here? He can only go here or here. So if he moves king to h7, then we can play queen c2 check, forking the king and the rook. But we cannot win this rook yet because black can answer with this move and it will attack our rook here. So if we then capture the rook, he captures the rook and black is one pawn ahead. So instead we have to move our rook from here to h8 check, and this forces black to capture the rook and then we win the queen. So in order to win this position we have to look 4 moves ahead, but it is not the only possibility. Going here, black can also go here, but we will not analyze this because it is, according to computer, a weaker move. So let's only consider the strongest reply for black, and all what I talked about looks like this: check, 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 and white wins this position. Okay, and here is another problem. Black wins a pawn and threatens checkmate next move. So here white should play very precisely, because white can lose very easily, but in fact it is white who has winning position. But in order to win here, white must force a checkmate in 5 moves. So white should play here check, then knight takes rook, then this rook takes knight, check, then king has to go here, the only square, and then we bring the rook to g8 check. The only the only legal square would be this. Then we go rook to h8, king goes back again to this square, and then we go queen to h7, delivering checkmate. So this is the whole 5-move sequence that we must see from this position in order to win this game. So it's quite complicated. Any mistake in this calculation could lead to disaster. Okay, so let's see step by step how this should be played. Okay, so now we have check. Okay, so we have to sacrifice the rook in order to prevent queen from playing here. So now we sacrificed the exchange rook for the knight, but we have again the initiative. Now it's check, and here black can play a rook to f8, which loses rook next move, or he can play like this, which isn't any better, because now this bishop, with help of this bishop we check again black's king, so he has only 1 square to go here. And now a very important move. It's the only winning move now, and if we play anything else, black wins. So here we must play like this check, and this is winning because now we bring the queen here and it's checkmate. Here is another problem. Black wins the bishop, so now if white takes this queen, then bishop takes queen and it's equal. but if we looked closely at this position, we can see that this queen is hanging, and it's only separated from our queen with this bishop, and we have a very good square for this bishop to go. It's here. We're winning a tempo, then king takes and we win the queen. So it looks like this. Check, and white is better. Here is another problem. So now, instead of taking this bishop here, white had such an idea to pin this bishop, but it was a blunder. Now note that this rook are horribly placed, and note that this rook are opposite each other, and it means that black can safely take this pawn. So now if white would like to capture this bishop, then he loses the rook. So white must take this rook, but then he loses this rook. Okay, so instead of winning bishop and keeping the game equal, white clearly miscalculated something here, and he lost his rook and pawn for a bishop. And here the position is equal. Black plays knight f6, which gives white the advantage. But how to make use of it? The only thing we need to do is to get rid of this queen that protects this knight here. So it can be done with this simple move, and now this queen must leave. However, it can go to f5, which is the best move. So if black is unable to see f5, if he goes to c7 or to c8, then just white takes here. And if he goes, for example, here by mistake, then we capture here with fork. So then we win the queen. So now black is in trouble, and the best move for black is to play queen to f5. Okay, so if he plays f5, now we play what? Knight to d6 check. However, there is this bishop that will capture our knight, so we won't be able to win this guy here. But note that after this check and after bishop takes, the diagonal for our bishop opened, so we will win the queen anyway. And it looks like this. Check. Now either king to d7 or something like that, which loses the queen immediately, or winning the knight and losing the queen next move. So in this case, black at least was able to win a knight and a bishop for his queen.